Welcome to another Ask Kimberly Oaster, where you send in questions about everyday life and I dig into the Bible to see what it has to say about them. Today's question is about friendships, specifically long-term, lifelong friendships. And the question is, how do I have them? I don't know how to have those. Okay, let's dig in and see what the Bible says for us. One of the biggest things we know is that the Bible models lifelong friendships. David and Jonathan had a very, very close lifelong friendship. There are other people that walked together for a long time. Even Paul and Barnabas, who had problems, they maintained their friendship even though they parted ways for a while. And then you see that they came back in ministry together. So we know that lifelong friendship is a big thing. We know that Jesus models the biggest thing in friendship, and that is that a friend will lay down his life for his friend. Anyone who does that is called a friend. We also know that friendships can be hard. They can be kind of sticky. It can be something that's kind of tricky to work through. So let's talk about some of the basics of friendship. One of them is that iron sharpens iron. And so we know that we're better together. Sometimes we say things. I just said something the other day to a friend and I was like, wow, I was pretty harsh. I shouldn't have said that. So there's an apology in line, which brings us to another thing. Forgiving each other is very important. We're supposed to bear with each other and bear one another's burdens both. And we're supposed to forgive each other. How many times? Okay, that question was asked in the Bible. 70 times 7. Well, that sounds like a ridiculous amount. Have you ever actually forgiven somebody 70 times 7? I sure haven't. But I have forgiven people at least 100 times. Sometimes I feel so offended that it takes a while for me to get through my forgiveness. So that brings us to another point. We're not supposed to be easily offended. We're supposed to be content in the state that we're in and know that we're loved by God. When we're in a friendship, we're supposed to be loving and kind and patient and not rude and not self-seeking. And we're supposed to generate all of the gifts of the Spirit. And so that would be love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. Oh, self-control. Yep, that goes with friendship too. So what happens if you have a falling out in a friendship? What do you do then? What if you say, well, they hurt me so badly I can't go forward? Well, the first thing is, if we're saying never ever and we can never do this, usually we're in a state where we have so much going on emotionally that we're not thinking biblically. So when we go back to the Bible and we say, yes, we're supposed to forgive, we're supposed to walk with others in agreement. If there's someone if you're a believer and they're a believer, you're somebody who loves Jesus and they love Jesus, you're supposed to do everything you can do to have unity and be at peace together. These are all components of a good friendship. We know that life is better when we're together and we are stronger when we're together. A 3-cord rope is rarely broken, and that would be God and me and my friend, or God and you and your friend. That's a 3-strand cord, right? Or rope, and it's not easily broken. So as you go into friendships, be careful not to be self-seeking, because when we're self-seeking, we're not thinking of the other person first. Be humble and look at how you can love the other person. Don't look at how much they do for you and say, oh, well, I gave 5 times, or I paid for dinner 3 times and they haven't paid back. That's not what we're supposed to do biblically. We're supposed to walk together through life, upholding one another and giving one another the chance to be in relationship together. So I encourage you to go out. If you have some friends that you've kind of pulled away from and not had a close relationship with in the last few years, ring them up, find them on Facebook. Renew that friendship, ask for forgiveness, start fresh, and move forward. There are too many things in life that get in the way of our friendships, and we need to be very careful and very adamant that we are going to remain friends and that we are going to seek the high road and ask for forgiveness first if there's a confrontation, and that we are going to find the places where we have unity. We may not agree on everything. If you don't agree on politics, don't talk about politics. You have plenty of other things that you agree on. All right? Remember, life with Jesus is just better. Until next time, I'll see ya.